Hey guys, I'm Sarika and welcome back to Your Knowledge Buddy. So today I'm back with another interesting video where I'm going to talk about how you can find teacher's job in the UK from your own country. And so I have invited a special guest, Pankaj, who is a teacher in the UK and working for last 10 years. So he's going to share his journey and all his steps. So stay tuned and let's welcome Pankaj now. Hi Pankaj, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy and please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi Sarika, thanks for having me on your channel. My name is Pankaj Kaushik. I'm basically from India, working in London as a secondary school teacher. My position is I'm in second in charge in maths department. I've been in the country for last 10 years now, close to 10 years. That's my little introduction.
Okay, so Pankaj, one of the reasons why I invited you today was there are plenty of questions which I get on a daily basis from teachers across the globe, especially for people who really wants to move to the UK. So I've written a couple of questions based on what they ask me. So are you okay if I go through that one by one with you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, please.
Okay. So the first question which I have written for you, how did you apply for teacher's job from India and which kind of websites did you use?
Okay, so in my case, I applied from India when I saw that advertisement in newspaper. Now, it's really hard to believe, but there was a newspaper advertisement in the Tribune, Jobs and Careers, way back, I think in, 2012 something. So yeah, I was a regular reader of all the newspapers, mainly the Tribune, Indian Express, and Hindu. So there I saw that advertisement. So I thought of, okay, let's give it a try and let's explore my teaching credentials, because at that point I was already working with Chandigarh University in India. So yeah, so from there on I saw that advertisement. I forwarded my resume, and I think it was within next 2 days they gave me a call. Looking at my CV. So my CV was really good because I had like 3 to 4 years of experience in India at that time. So it was a quick way of getting me into selection panel. So yeah, for me it was, as I said, it was a clear cut and shortest way of getting into tier 2 visa category. By that time I knew like very little about tier 2 visa. I think the very next day they interviewed me and they called me for the lesson planning, lesson teaching. I was scheduled to teach a 30-minute lesson. I mean, that's again a prerequisite that you will find in any school who will be, interested in interviewing the candidates. So you will have to teach a lesson. You will have to have a teaching experience. Even if you don't have a teaching experience from UK, you still have to have a teaching experience from your home country. So that's an advantage. So once you land here, then the opportunities are very, very vast. You can apply for any teaching school. You can apply for any teaching position. So you can cover yourself if you have like qualifying teaching status.
Yeah,
that's something again which they highly recommend. If you don't have one, it's not that you will not get a job. You will still get a job, but the salary won't be that great. That will affect your salary slab.
Okay.
So this was my experience of applying. But yes, there are many websites now, like guardianjobs.com. Then you got Indeed. Then you got CV Library and Read. So these are the 4 major websites, or you can say platforms, that they do look for overseas candidates. But I think I still feel that once you're here, let's say you have applied for a study visa and your spouse, you can bring your spouse, isn't it? So I think your dependent can apply for any particular job. She doesn't have to have a tier 2 visa because she's dependent on you. So he or she can apply for any teaching post. So once you do that, I think then, as I said, there's very, very more chances of you being selected into a school, because now you're working as an independent candidate. So we don't have to have your tier 2 visa or the sponsorship. So what they do is the school provides you with a certificate of sponsorship. It's like a sponsorship number that Home Office generates within a particular school. So what school does is they run a shortage of occupation list test.
Yeah.
If for some reason they can't find a candidate in UK, all over the UK, they will have to recruit a candidate from overseas. Now that gives you another opportunity. So, I mean, in most of the cases, they pay for your visa, they pay for your sponsorship, they pay for your certificate of sponsorship as well. So in my case, all was done by the school itself. So I just came here with my 50,000 ticket at that point. So and the rest was sorted by the school. So yeah, this was the way I entered.
That's a long story and inspiring story as well, and lots of inside information. Thank you very much. So when you said about the job site, you had mentioned about the 4 job site. From my experience and research, I have seen most of the time they don't mention about the visa sponsorship in the job description. So do you still suggest people to apply for the jobs even though they have not mentioned about the visa sponsorship?
Yeah, because there's a thing that they can't directly say that they are looking for a person, because I think that's the superiority complex the school or the trust have. Because if they fail to find a person from UK, say, because maths and science teachers will always be a part of shortage occupation list.
Yes,
so every time, every year, like from last 10 years, I've seen a huge boom in teaching, especially in math and science, and even now computer science teachers as well. So they really don't mention it straightforwardly, but as I said, if you apply for 20 to 30 schools, at least you will still get a reply from one of this trust or the school, asking you to forward your CV. And once you do that, again, going back to that point, you need to have your CV built with all the best points of it's like, selling yourself to the other company. So you need to have that your best foot forward, and if you're content with your knowledge, subject sound is good. So I think there's no denying the fact they will surely give you the sponsorship, because they're looking for teachers,
Okay, great, thanks. So can I just double check, when you said you had 3 years of experience from India and your teaching experience was enough to apply for a job in the UK. So generally, what kind of eligibility criteria have you seen for anyone who wants to apply for a job in the UK?
So even if you have your bachelor's degree, that's more than enough from the education qualification point of view. So if you have a master's is desirable. If you have it, then it's a plus point. If not, that's not the end of the world. With the experience, at least they're looking for 1 year of teaching experience in a school.
Okay.
But again, if you're teaching at the uni or at the school and you have 3+ years of experience, then it's slightly, you have a better edge from the other candidates. I always say to my colleagues, or to my friends, if you present yourself in a way that yes, you are really looking into teaching and you are good with your subject knowledge. I've seen people working on unqualified teaching scale and doing their QTS when they were here and still making a huge money if you compare to India, and at the end of the day, they retired on being head of the department and sometimes ending up on being principals of the school. So it really doesn't matter if you have a teaching experience or not, but you need to as I said, sell yourself in a way that they are bound to give you sponsorship, because they know that Asians are still better in terms of teaching qualification and the knowledge. So yeah, that's why they are looking for teachers every time.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So I had written a list of questions, and I see you have answered almost everything in the discussion that we were having now. So I want to just touch upon one thing. So can you just explain the salary scales in the UK with example of teacher?
I'll give you my example. So when I came here, as I said, I had teaching experience from India, but so when I started my first job here as a maths teacher, so it was a school in Birmingham, I was hired on an unqualified teaching scale because according to the Indian experience, they still was asking for a UK degree to have, and that degree is known as qualified teaching status. So once you are here, I think the moment you land here, from that day to the next 3 years, you're bound to have a QTS if you are coming into the teaching line. So you need to have your QTS done within those 3 years. So once you do that, that gives you an opportunity to go higher on a scale, because you are recognized as a fully qualified teacher, and your salary scales are, they go up straight away. And if you're living in London, now in London there are 3 categories: inner London, outer London, and fringe area. So fringe is like, when we talk about the outskirts of London, and outer London is when we talk about the area which is not inner London, like we're talking about central London schools. Yeah. So if you are working in London, your salary starts from, if you have a QTS as well, so your salary starts from 35k, even if you have like 0 years of experience of teaching in UK. But if you are successful in doing your QTS, then you straight away get a shot at from 35 to 37k. And if you're working in outer London school, then your salary is about 30k, just touching 30k. And national overall is, I think 2022 salary scale was 26,000 something.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see the difference from 26k to 36k. So if you're working in London, obviously, if you're working in London, London is expensive. So so it's more or less the same game, but you still get higher on the salary if you work closer to London.
Yeah, true. Thank you very much, Pankaj. Any final tips that you want to share with our audience before we wrap this video?
I will share like 3 important tips. Keep applying for the positions. If you see any maths teacher jobs or science teacher jobs, just keep applying. Don't be bogged down that, if you're not getting replies from the companies or from the school, it's not the end of the world. Keep applying. Second tip is make sure your resume is really presentable. If you have even if you have 2 years of experience or even 1 year of experience working in a school or in a uni, and you're really good in your subject knowledge, I think then there's no denying the fact that you'll surely land a job somewhere down the line. Third and most important part, you need to work on your comm skills. If you are really good in comm skills, and even if you don't have any sound knowledge, but you're really, it's like selling ice on Himalayas, So if you can present yourself in a way, I'm not saying that I was the best teacher back home, but as I said again, it was something that was in my mind that I need to apply for this job. So if I'm applying for this job, that means I need to crack in before anyone else, and that gives you the confidence. So if you are confident, if your CV is presentable, and if you keep applying, I'm sure some of us will surely get a job within the right company.
Thank you very much for your final tips, and I'm sure this is going to help everyone watching this video. Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you for taking out time to record this video with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye. Thanks, Pankaj. Thank you for all the tips, and I hope you guys had found this video useful. If there is any question which we have not covered, please do let me know in the comment section below. Good luck to everyone who's applying for the teacher's job, and I'm going to see you guys soon with my next video. Till then, keep learning.